Hi friends, family, YouTube. My name is Armanda and I'm going to be starting video journals. And apparently so is this motorcycle going by. I'm going to start my video journals about my weight loss journey and the weight loss surgery process. So here goes. Where do we start? Day one. My name is Armanda and I am 29 years old. I am originally from Texas and I moved to Indiana about 1.5 years ago. I'm the mother of 3. I'm also a wife. And a little bit reason why I'm starting these videos is just kind of to track and record the progress that I make during the journey of the weight loss surgery process. And I guess today is just kind of fill you guys in what I've done so far and where I'm at as of right this moment, and then the next few steps that are coming up. So basically I am wanting to get weight loss surgery because I'm no longer comfortable in my skin. It's becoming a health problem and I'm ready for some changes. Let's go to how we got here. Grew up in Texas, average basic kid, basic southern home. Food's put on the table, you eat it, and you're happy, and you eat it all because that's just the rules and that's just the way things kind of are, and that's just the way things kind of go. Perfectly good. I mean, the food was amazing, so I'm not even going to complain about that. Unfortunately, though, when you grow up that way, you do tend to think that you can't leave any food on your plate because it's wasteful, and that's just not the way you were raised, and that's unacceptable. You don't leave food on your plate. So by the time I was 12, I started getting kind of husky, kind of thick. That's what we call it, kind of thick, kind of husky, a little chunky. I mean, I wasn't obese, but I was getting a little bit bigger. It wasn't too long after that I kind of got mixed up in the wrong crowds. Started doing some things I shouldn't have been doing. I got involved in drugs. So the particular types of drugs that I was doing caused me to lose significant amount of weight, and I just kind of stayed that way during my entire drug addiction. I was thin. It was easy to be thin because I was on drugs, right? Fast forward, 18, 19, I'm pregnant with my daughter, and I'm now completely sober. But what happens when you go from being a drug addict for years and to completely sober, you've switched out one drug for another. So I switched out drugs and alcohol and things like that for food, and it was good, and I was a glutton, and I ended up gaining 140 pounds, and 9.5 months later I had a bouncing baby girl, and she was just gorgeous and she was healthy, but nonetheless I gained 140 pounds. So I doubled in weight. I started that pregnancy off at 135, which wasn't my smallest weight. I had been 120, 125, which looks disgusting on me. Side note, I'm 5'7". I'm Cuban American, so my frame is larger. I have a larger frame. My bones are big, I guess you would say. I'm not meant to be 120 pounds, ever. That's just not healthy for me. You could see my ribs. It was bad. So I started that pregnancy at 135. I gained 140, 142 pounds, maybe some more. But I was able to lose all that weight. I had my daughter. I was happy. I was healthy. I breastfed. I dieted. And I exercised. And I lost the weight. I got down to a good 150, and I was very happy with that. Fast forward 2 more years. I'm got my second full-term pregnancy. I have a bouncing baby boy, Connor, and he came out healthy and happy, and that was fantastic. But during that pregnancy, I gained another 145 pounds. Completely insane. ladies, do not double your body weight during pregnancy. It's not necessary. But I guess I just kind of had the thought in my head, well, I lost the weight with my first pregnancy. Pregnancy is my free time. I can eat 20 tacos if I want to. I can eat 3 boxes of Debbie snacks if I want to. It's my own free will. So I did. And once again, with my second pregnancy, by the grace of God, I was able to lose all of that weight yet again, and I got down to 155 pounds, which is a very good weight for me. So at that point, I have 2 kids. I've gained 140, 150 pounds with each pregnancy. Lost it. Awesome, right? I lost it with diet and exercise. And let's fast forward to my third child. I get pregnant with my third child, and I'm at a good 160. I think my very first doctor's appointment during that pregnancy, I was 160, which is an amazing weight on me. That's probably 160, 170 probably looks the best on me. Just because I am 5'7", I'm tall, and I do have a larger frame. I don't look underweight, and I don't look heavy. I just look very shapely and very womanly, and I think that's a good weight. So 160, 165, pregnant with my third son. I gain weight like I always do, not quite 140 pounds, but I gained a good 120, and have this baby, and he's right at the 11-pound mark, so he's very happy, very healthy child. Breastfed, and I just, week 2, week 3, I'm not losing weight. What the crap's going on? I've been pregnant and had 3 beautiful children. The other 2 pregnancies, I lost 140, 150 pounds. What's going on? Why am I not losing weight? Then I start getting upset and get bothered by it, and I'm just not losing the weight. I'm not understanding what's going on. As a matter of fact, I started gaining weight, and then gaining weight, and then gaining weight, and then our family dynamic started to change, and I go through a brief depression, and I gain even more weight. And before you know it, here I am 5 years later. That little precious 11-pound baby is now 5.5 years old, and I'm at my highest weight at 345, 346 is what I weighed about 2 weeks ago at the doctor's appointment. How did it get to this? How did it get to this? I don't know. Maybe I was silly, and maybe I was foolish, just thinking that I was going to lose that weight, and that I was some miracle goddess that every time I got pregnant I could just gain 140 pounds and then just lose it. I mean, why not? It happened twice. It could have happened a third time, right? But it didn't. It didn't happen this time. So I've been actively seeking and digging in and talking about weight loss surgery for about the past 3 years. I'm just not comfortable in my skin. I'm not very happy. I'm not pleased. My heart is still the same. I'm still the same person, but my appearance isn't, which makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me feel unhappy. Don't get me wrong. My husband loves me. My children love me. My friends love me. But some days I have difficulty loving me like this. And not all the time. Not all the time. I feel like a pretty girl. And I feel pretty fortunate. And in a lot of ways, I feel very blessed in a lot of ways. And I don't want to sound like a selfish or greedy or a vain first world kind of girl. Where beauty and weight is everything. Because it's most certainly not. I just would like for the beauty that I have within, and then my heart and my character and my goofiness and my funniness to be seen when you see me. And it's kind of hard to see that through all of this other things, because I have a tendency to hide and put up walls because I am uncomfortable with my appearance. So that's just kind of where we at. I've been talking about it for about 3 years. When I lived in Texas, insurance wouldn't cover it without having some type of other medical issue beyond morbid obesity. Isn't that scary? Like, my weight categorization, or the category that they put me in, is morbid obesity. Like, the word morbid literally means death. And but that wasn't good enough. You have to have either some type of heart disease or sleep apnea or diabetes or some other underlying problem beyond morbid obesity in order to get the insurance to pay for it in Texas. Now I'm here in Indiana. I was here for about 2 months living in Indiana when I found out that my insurance would cover the surgery. And I was ecstatic. Like, I got some papers in the mail from my insurance company, and it's not like me just to sit and read insurance papers. I mean, who does that, right? But I pulled out my papers, and I was just glancing over, and I looked at them, and I seen bariatric surgery, and I was like, what? Like, I couldn't believe it. And I immediately called, and I was like, what are the requirements? And the lady on there, she was like, your BMI has to be over 40 or 45, I believe. And I was like, check, got that. She said you have to have your primary care physician or your family doctor to recommend it and send a referral out to the Bariatric Center of Excellence. Check. I could get my doctor to do that. We had talked about weight loss surgery before and how I was going to lose weight. And then the particular insurance also required a 7-month doctor supervised weight management. So pretty much I would have to go for 7 months and see a dietitian and kind of have my weight loss tracked for 7 months under doctor supervision. Okay, you're going to pay for my surgery 100%? Fine, I'll jump through a couple of hoops. So I was just ecstatic. So this was at this around the beginning of April. So I immediately schedule a doctor's appointment with my regular doctor. We talk about it. She faxes over a referral to the Bariatric Center of Excellence in Carmel, Indiana. And 3 weeks later, which is like the 3rd week in April, I get a packet in the mail, and I instantly know who it's from. And it says Carmel Bariatric Center of Excellence from St. Vincent. And I'm ecstatic. I'm screaming at the mailbox like a crazy person. Here it is. My life is about to change. I open up the packet, I call them, and they set me up an appointment for July 21st of 2016. So mind you, this is the 3rd week in April, and I'm having to wait till July to even get a consult. But I do it, and I'm happy. It's a long wait, but I'm happy to do it. And let's fast forward to July 21st. I go to my consult. It's a 4-hour consult. Pretty much you meet with a nutritionist. There's a whole group of people. You meet with the nutritionist. They go through the 4 different types of weight loss surgery that they offer, which is the lap band, the sleeve, the Roux-en-Y, and the duodenal switch. They kind of give you like a list of their surgeons that they have that do there. They tell you all the insurance requirements and the hoops that you're going to have to jump through in order to be approved. And mind you, this is the very first time that I had went into a place for 5 years where my behind fit in the seat properly. I can't go to the movie theaters and my butt can't fit in the seat. Can't go to a doctor's office and my butt sit in the seat. But these seats were like bigger for me to sit there. And if anything else, that was a hint right there. Like, this is serious, Armanda. Your butt, all butt jokes aside, your butt can't fit in the seat. You can't fit in the seat the right way. And for the first time in a long time, I wasn't the biggest girl in the room either. And that was kind of comforting to know that other people were going through what I was going through, and they understood. And we were all there for the same reason. We were ready to fix it. We were ready to make life-changing decisions, even if that required surgery. We were ready to do it. And so that was nice to know that I wasn't alone. My mom went with me, and that was awesome to have that type of support. I got lots of excellent information. I left that place psyched. I was like a kid in a candy store. I was raising my hand. I had all these questions. I was like the little teacher's pet in there. I mean, it was awesome. I was so excited that it started. July 21st of 2016 was my first consult, and it was finally starting, and things were going to change. So, that actually